Hey guys, Zack here, and this is my review of One Punch Man Season 1 Episode 5, The Ultimate Master. So the episode starts off with the Board of the Heroes Association, after discussing why Moomin Rider doesn't want to move up to Class B and decides to just remain the starter Class A, discuss the next batch of hero recruitment testing, and how there are over 10,000 candidates, a surplus of 22%, but then one guy remarks that it doesn't matter how many volunteers they get, because if the quality continues to go down, there won't be anybody who can actually fight for the Hero Association's behalf. And then it's remarked that a certain person of interest, aka Genos, is possibly going to be taking the test. And then the next scene we see is of Saitama breaking all the Hero Association records, as well as most of the equipment. It then cuts away to him talking with Genos in the locker room where all their stuff is stashed, and talking about what they thought of the test and all that stuff. And then they get their rankings an hour later, and Genos passes with flying colors and gets a Class S at 100, and 75 is passing. Because if 70 is passing, because if they get anything lower than 70, they're not allowed to be a hero. And then, at first, Saitama believes that he's gotten Class S because Genos misinterpreted it. And it's also revealed that Genos got a special interview and was made Class S by special exception, because he leveled the House of Evolution with a single blast from his palms. And then it's also revealed that Saitama is actually Class C and didn't actually pass by an incredible margin. They then go to a meeting at 4 o'clock where they meet the lowest of the A-class heroes, Snack, who makes a big boastful bragging about how he's this A-class hero and that heroes should be treated with respect, that the heroes should be respectful at all times and all that good stuff. But neither of them are really paying attention, and he comments that their attitude is horrible to one of the employees, Bespectacled Worker, who's a major character for the Hero Association, even though that's his full title, Bespectacled Worker. We never actually hear an official name for him, so I don't think I'll bother showing him. I might show a picture of him. In fact, I might put it right here. But anyway, Bespectacled Worker, he comments to Snack that how Genos had surpassed him with flying colors and that he was made Class S by special exception, and that while Saitama may be Class C, he passed with flying colors in the physical exam, which is how he was able to pass it all, and that with his physical test he could quite easily surpass Snack in no time. Snack, worried about his rank, goes to Newbie Crush Saitama, who is running all the numbers in his head about ranking up in the Hero Association and all that good stuff, and tries to Newbie Crush him, which doesn't go too well. And then another hero, Class A Rank 1, Amai Mask, is given a call on the phone while he's at a recording studio doing some of his commercial stuff, because he's also an actor and musician in his spare time. And he was told about the change and the decision that was made, and he's fine with it, and then decides to greet Genos personally. And then it cuts back to Saitama and Genos decides, hey, let's have an official sparring match so that we can learn each other's moves and get stronger. So Genos is so this entire scene is basically Genos showing off. He's trying to hit Saitama. Saitama is having none of it. Saitama is just avoiding him without any effort. And Genos comments that Saitama wasn't really following the rules of the bout, which was that they were supposed to go all out and take it seriously. And it's revealed that Genos' ulterior motive for the fight was so that he could learn the secret to Saitama's power and get some more insight so that he could be be strong like him. And this blows up in Genos' face, literally, as Saitama, with the shockwave alone from him like literally this much. He was this close to punching Genos in the face and doesn't, but the shockwave alone is enough to just send a rush of dust blowing away the mountain behind him. And then Saitama decides to call it a day, and they go get some udon, whereas Genos realizes that Saitama is on a whole nother level and that he could never measure up to him, so he decides to just resolve to become stronger instead, which is kind of fitting. But yeah, and then they go to an udon shop. They're kind of low on funds, and then Saitama comments on a thing where the winner gets, where it's an all-you-can-eat competition, I think, where they go to the shop, they eat some udon. They try to eat as much udon as they can, and the winner gets 10,000, the loser gets 8,000. Saitama gets full and passes out, whereas Genos is just guzzling down bucket after bucket of udon without any difficulty because he's a cyborg. And right around that point, a My Mask shows up to greet Genos personally, asks him to step outside for a minute, and then Genos, thinking it's going to be a newbie crushing, tries to fight him, but a My Mask stops him and tells him his philosophy, that he believes that heroes should be held with elegance and grace and always stand as a beautiful symbol for justice, and that he and the association expect great things from him, and walks away. Then Saitama and Genos leave the restaurant. They're on their way home, and Genos remarks that he has to go somewhere, leaves, and it's revealed that he comes back with his backpack and a bunch of rent money so he can live with Saitama, which Saitama begrudgingly agrees. It's kind of amazing. Meanwhile, a My Mask, who takes his talk with Genos to heart and says that he finds him fascinating, and that's where the episode ends. Okay, I like this. I like the concept of a My Mask's character. You seen the music that plays when he's around is the same exact track that was played when the House of Evolution, when Dr. Genos was on screen. So it's implying that he may not be entirely ethical, and may be and may have a dark side that we may see later. I mean, it does come out later, I know this, but we'll see later. I mean, but that was interesting to me, because typically when they use that music, it's associated with a villain of some sort, but a My Mask is a hero, which implies that some heroes aren't entirely good, and some villains aren't entirely evil, and that they've both got light and dark inside of them, and that it's really dependent on which side they act on, which I think is very interesting. That was very, very interesting. But yeah, that's really it. I mean, there's not much more to talk about. I mean, the scene with Saitama and Genos fighting was pretty much the bulk of the episode. That's really what the majority of the episode was about. Them becoming Class A here, becoming Class S and Class C heroes respectively, and deciding to train together as master and disciple, and all that good stuff. That's pretty much what the most of this episode was about. It was about how much Genos looks up to Saitama and wants to be stronger like him, but realizes that nobody will ever measure up to Saitama, so he decides to just be the strongest he can be. I liked that message in the episode. The message is just be the best you can be, and don't strive to be somebody else. That's a very good message for this. And my hair does not work. Ugh. But anyway, what did you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Give me a like if you liked what I did, and also give me a dislike and some constructive criticism. Tell me what I can improve. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, hit that like and that subscribe button. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below. And until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!